We come to a different part of the forest than before. So this is where the barrier's the weakest.
今から結界を解きますので。
I'll release the barrier now.
ただし、私たちが通過したらすぐに結界は戻します。でなければ封鎖の意味がありませんから。
However, once we're through, it will immediately return. Otherwise, the seal wouldn't work. Understood.
解けました。さあ、気をつけていきましょう。
I've removed it. Please be careful. We warily step through the barrier.
結界は塞ぎ直しました。ここから先は罠や迷路だらけですので、注意していきましょう。
The barrier has closed again. Ahead of us is a maze full of traps. Please take care. It'll be okay. We'll definitely make it to Ratio Mail. Okay, let's go. Reach the northern area, huh? And there's a hidden treasure for some new mount item. I'm in town. There will be something but those be other monsters. Oh, seem like he's all. He's. Well, he's not. I was looking for his head. And all one's hand is on the view. I don't deal with all things. Yeah. They showed me the new app. Maybe some of these. Hey, the old ones. I can build solving, remember? You can just keep going. What is there? It's a fellow plate. No. Brain has been together. No. It was oh, that's right. As you are. Often. And what you? How many people do, but as was this? Probably listen. Test me. They did more to X. You shall see so's. I never lived inside. That's so easy, all then. How about you? Ricky, all you do is kill him out of here, you safe from you. You are your fucking little. Let's see. Can I trigger the path just by killing you? Aha, looks like oh, maybe not. A dead end. But I have a feeling that monster was guarding something. It doesn't look like there are any other paths around here, though. Maybe there's some kind of trick or device. Let's keep searching. And if I do the same thing on this side... Oh. I said if I do the same thing on this side... Will the path open, or do I need to actually go to where they were? That monster was the same as the one on the other side. Aha. Oh, the path opened. We can proceed now. Let's go. See. Facilities. Useless. Video history prayers. So that the means that I got these cut you. Yeah. They around. You leave us for them. Station. I'll do anything else. I love them. Looking at them. Look at this. I'm afraid. I think I go. But now, yes. A little long there. You're not easy. And I will hear those again. Do the same way. Hello, friends. Do this, you can be an asshole. Leave this room easily. Or you're not as usual. You can stop the test. But. Snatcher. They can. You're obviously not in margin. A grinder simple way after that. Can you reach this game? That one was blocking another dead end. That means there's probably another. Let's keep searching. And now to this side where I can just go like this. And we are done. Hey, thanks for the gem. I knew it. Okay, The way ahead is open now. We should be able to reach Rishiamail from there. Let's go. The path is cleared. Thanks for the new furniture item. We finally make it out of the forest. The chief appears almost immediately, like he's been waiting for us. So it was you.
申し訳ありません。結界はきちんと塞ぎ直してきましたので。
Forgive me. I made sure that the barrier was back up. How did you know we'd come? We know when the barrier is released. Still, I am surprised you traveled through that forest so easily.
どうしても話を聞かねばならないと思ったんです。
We had to speak with you. And that was reckless. However, not everyone can do that. I look back at the forest again. There are elves just beyond the trees continuously chanting some kind of spell. I can't tell what they're doing from this far away, but I can see that they're straining themselves to do it. What are they doing? They have been fighting valiantly without rest to protect the forest. Let us go to the village and speak. We follow him into the village. Unlike before, it's completely still. It was always quiet, but not like this. Almost all the elves are gone. Those left are trying to rest. They all have the same hard look in their eyes. What did you wish to talk about? Why have you sealed your forest? If there's a reason, we need to know. We have some idea of the situation facing Uedora and the lands around it. However, since sealing our forest, we do not know any specifics about what has been happening. How is Uedora? He asks me something instead of answering. Given how much he's known so far, it's hard to believe that he has no idea what's going on. There's a plague going through it, and there are monsters attacking Kalinri. Monsters have been attacking other regions too. Everyone's doing what they can to handle it. Then Uedora is still safe. Yes, it is, but... From the way he's speaking, it sounds like he's expecting something to happen to Uedora. Before I can ask that, Sarui steps up to him.
ユイドラの地下迷宮にある封印について何かご存知ではありませんか?
Do you know anything about the seal in the dungeons below Uedora? He slowly nods. That is like a lid. No, it's more like a cork pushed into a hole. It closes in what is inside. So you do know about it. Sarui said that she felt elven magic from that seal. We lent some of our power. Then I'll ask you directly. Can you remake that seal? It is possible, but I believe that you still misunderstand what that seal is. It is not simply a barrier. Do you have any idea what it uses as the source for its power? The source of its power? You mean magic? Or some certain kind of magic? The seal uses the power of countless mana. Put simply, it draws its strength from all of the land around Uedora. Right now, that power has weakened. Thus the seal has weakened. Furthermore, several years ago, there was a great disaster far northeast of here. A wicked, horrible catastrophe. It was stopped, but the dark power due to it is spreading in a wave that has come even into our lands. The weakened seal cannot stand against it. Someone must become a shield against the overflowing dark power. There's an unbreakable will in his eyes when he says that. It looks just like the look in the eyes of the resting elves I passed by earlier. Then the reason you sealed your forest is... We are using all our strength to turn the forest into a shield against the dark energies rushing in from Degino. We knew that Calenry would be affected, but we promised to stop it here. Our promise from 100 years ago, with the Lord of Uedora. He asked for our help in protecting the seal of Uedora, and the land around it. How could that... 100 years ago. I had no way of knowing anything about that. And the people in Uedora know nothing of it today. But the elves are still trying to keep their promise. They're fighting right now, to keep the promise that we've forgotten. I understand now. Protecting all of us in Uedora means protecting all the human lands around it. And you're trying to keep the promise that we no longer remember. It is not my intention to blame you. This is a promise that we made. Then let's fight together. We'll fight too. All of us. The elves and all the races can fight as one. The elves don't need to do it by themselves. Let's all fight together. This dark power is coming from Degino, right? Then it's better for everybody around it to fight against it. The elves don't need to be a shield all alone. If everyone also becomes shields, then we'll be a fortress against it. Isn't that the best way to fight against a powerful enemy? Indeed, what you say has merit. If you can do that, there is no reason for us to oppose it. Uedora is far away from Degino. We can send support to whoever needs it. Will the Lord of Uedora consent? I can tell you that right now. I'm the Lord. You are. The chief looks unusually surprised. I'm kind of glad I could finally surprise an elf like him. I've never seen you look like that before. Is it really that much of a surprise? I apologize. I promise as Lord of Uedora. I accept responsibility for assisting the other races, so please work with us. If so, then we can remove the seal on the forest. That would help us greatly as well. Sealing the forest disturbs the natural order, and draws from our power. We would have preferred not to in the first place. We will cooperate with Uedora. Then let's get started right away. I'll go back and begin preparations. The seal cannot be released right away, but once the front is secured by others, we will immediately remove it. Understood. Then we'll meet again when that day comes. I'm glad we faced the dangers of coming here. The elves haven't deserted humans. In fact, they're fighting right now trying to protect us. But there's a limit to what they can do on their own. Just like humans have their own limits. We can only oppose the threat looming over our land by working together. The elves' cooperation is extremely important right now. We know what's happening and can tell others. They're sure to join our fight against the monsters. Uedora will also be able to take action with a clear goal. Let's hurry back to Uedora and tell everyone. We need to work together with all the people around us to stop the monsters invading from Degino. To do that, we need to find out the situation that they're all facing. Laguna's come in to report that to me. Reports are not good from anywhere, Lord. The damage from the epidemic is particularly bad in Zoth. They're having difficulty holding off the invading monsters. Laguna, just talk like always. Let's speed this up. With all due respect, that would be setting a poor example. Then at least talk normally when it's just us. I want to hear what you honestly think. Understood. Then I won't hold back. With that out of the way, we get down to actually talking about this openly. I think we should move as soon as possible. However, if the others around us don't trust us, they may not follow. Uedora is far away from this invasion and safe right now. They might resent us because of that. If we don't move quickly before they take too much damage, they may view us as invaders into their territory. You're certainly right. However, there is a limit to how many soldiers Uedora has. We cannot afford to send them everywhere. That would make Uedora's own defenses too thin. We need to send reinforcements showing our willingness to cooperate. That's partially my job. I unroll a map, and we look at the land around us. Calenry and Ratia Mail are nearby. The Rosian Mountains and Shrine of Flame are also on the border, and Zoth too, of course. But not all of them are friendly with Uedora. Even if they are, they might not want our soldiers marching through their lands. Zoth, for example. There are a lot of merchants that go between them and Uedora, but Zoth is part of the Disneyfrodi Empire. Our relationship with them is very complicated. The border between us is a particularly sensitive issue. There's no way that they'd allow us to send troops across their border. Let's not consider sending troops to Zoth, but be sure to send a messenger to their army about this situation. That's probably best. Ratia Mail is very close, and the Elves are handling things there for now. We can leave that to them. Calenry would welcome reinforcements. Calenry and Uedora are more or less allies. It's about the same size as Uedora, and we have similar pasts being frontier cities freed after the monarchy collapsed. Both of us want to strengthen our relationship. However, the worst seems to be... I point to the map. At the Shrine of Flame. Yeah, you're right. Reports we've been getting indicate that they're already having significant trouble. But they're far from Uedora, and I don't know if we can win even if we do send forces there. Right, and that's why we're going. I thought you'd say that. Should I bother guessing what you're going to say next? You're going to tell me to take responsibility for protecting Uedora, aren't you? You know me well. Laguna scowls. I cannot agree to this. If something happens to you, morale here would plummet. Your golems are good for defense, and you can follow the entire war from here. That's why I want you protecting Uedora. I'm happy you think so much of me, but is there any particular reason you're rushing off to the front line? Everyone's got to do their best, right? My friends and I can act like a small force, able to quickly respond to whatever happens. And I want to see who we're fighting against with my own eyes. Alright. I knew you weren't going to listen anyway. There's no point in arguing, is there? Sorry. Don't apologize. I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to stop you. Okay, then take care of things while I'm gone. Don't do anything dumb. Perhaps I need to rethink you. Not living up to what you expected. You've completely betrayed my expectations of you. I never expected you to become Lord. And I never thought you'd be capable of actually responding to a crisis facing Eudora like the Lord should. Really? Well, sorry about that. Don't bother apologizing if you're not really sorry. Glad you can still be sarcastic. I almost forgot that I was your lord for a second. And that might be better for you. Well, maybe so. Okay, and that's enough. Please work with the guild's executives to handle the details. Leave it to me. Alright, now I need to think about my plans. I need to work with the other races to stop the monsters that are invading from Degino. But we can't rescue everywhere. That's why we're going to where the fighting's the worst, and protect there. That means the Shrine of Flame. As soon as we're ready, let's go there. Anything new? Oh, is it time for these? Alright, with that taken care of, back to this. Right before we leave to join the others fighting, I gather the soldiers in the plaza to explain what's going on. First, I tell them why the elves have sealed their forest. They look confused at first, but I answer all the questions they ask, and everyone is finally convinced. So that's what it was. We need the elves' help to make medicine to fight this disease.
それはわかりますが、わざわざこちらから出向くと、ユイドラが守れないのでは。
We understand that, but if you go all the way out there, you can't protect Eudora. The soldiers around her nod.
それに、それぞれの領域を尊重するなら、自分たちの場所を自分たちで守ればいいんじゃないでしょうか。
And if we respect their independence, isn't it better to let them protect their own land? The nearby soldiers nod to that too. Then we won't really be protecting anything. If anywhere breaks, the monsters will surge in through there. Then Eudora will immediately be in danger. And they're suffering because of this epidemic too, right? I guess so.
シャキッとしろ。これから戦いに行くんだぞ。
Be firm. Now's the time you have to fight. Yes, I understand that. The soldiers all balk at hearing her actually say that they're going to fight.
これでは使い物にならんな。
Can they handle this?
仕方ないことかもしれません。戦いなんて初めての者もいますから。
They cannot help it. It will be the first time most of them have been in a real battle.
ちょっと気持ちはわかるけど。
I do know the feeling, but... It's scary to fight, but we've got to do our best to help the people who are suffering.
はい、わかりました。
Yes, I understand. They still don't have any spirit.
これではむしろ足手まといではないか。
Won't they just get in the way like this? A girl comes up to us while we're talking.
正気様、友達が病気でずっと寝込んだままなんです。このまま死んじゃうんじゃないかと心配で。
Grand Master, my friend's been asleep for a long time because of the disease. We're worried that she might die. I see. It'll be okay. Leave it to us.
心配しないで。ほら、ここにいるみんなもユイドラを守るために頑張ってくれるから。
Do not worry. See? Everyone here is doing their best to protect Yuidora. The girl turns her innocent eyes toward all the soldiers.
はい、兵隊さんたちもよろしくお願いします。
Yes. Thank you too, Mr. Soldiers.
大丈夫。友達は助かるよ。だから心配しないで待っててよ。
It'll be okay. Your friend will get better. Just wait for us and try not to worry. Yeah. The girl leaves. The soldiers look a little different after watching her go. Everyone's worried and unsure. Everyone in Yuidora. That's why we need to do our best to protect them.
わかりました。
Understood. After I finish speaking to the soldiers, I give orders to the alchemists remaining in Yuidora. We're counting on you, Grand Master. Don't worry about things here. They can send everything they've got. They're all used to fighting, so they're not as bothered by it. I don't need to worry about them. Okay, I'm off. We finish saying goodbye to everybody and leave Yuidora. And we are going here, correct? Flame Shrine, Invaded Volcano. We've come to the Shrine of Flame expecting the worst. Just like we imagined, this is one of the most critical fortresses keeping the invading monsters from Ratiamail. It's also protecting Zoth and Disneyfrodi, so this area is just as important to the monsters as it is to us. The residents here have been fending off the attacks, but they're badly outnumbered. Kohakuren realizes that. Her people have been fighting for their very survival. All of the clans have come together.
己の領域を守るに多種族の力を借りねばならんとは。しかし若き命が散るのを避けたいよう。仕方あるまいか。
Borrowing another race's strength to protect our land. But to avoid wasting young lives, we have no other choice. Thank you. Have your soldiers withdraw, and we'll take over here. The monsters are surging into this area. We'll drive them back. Now this is going to be another one of those hold a certain control percent, isn't it? The enemy's already invaded a number of places here. If this continues, they're going to take the Shrine of Flame.
領域を分け、互いに不干渉であることを制約としてきた。
The area has been split. We had a mutual pact of non-intervention among our clans.
複雑な心地だが、今はありがたく手を借りようぞ。
I remain conflicted about this, but for now, I welcome your assistance. Behind the Shrine of Flame is Zoth, which has been ravaged by the plague. They won't be conquered so easily because they have the might of the entire Disneyfrodi Empire behind them. But the danger to them will rise significantly if this area falls. We need to prevent the battle from going any further into our lands, and that's why we need to win. We won't let the enemy take even one step further, Everyone, let's go. Sure enough, it's another one of these. All enemies defeated. 8 turns for a mat. And I guess that I'm going early ones. Well, get so don't I'm sure I need it. Yeah, not so. It's just you probably know. It's just like all you need to forget. So you got one sound. And I'm back. I'm sure there is bonds. My games. Where are you? Is it right here? After that. So it like eat time with me. Yeah, I can. Let's go on to. Let's go in there and say that. Oh, you got your someday. King dinner. Well, good king head. Where is he? Shines up. Won't you be in the omelet? Let's do this one. And it's for you. You're not getting to leave. Here, do you get saved? You there? After you wear. I will one leash. Didn't wear. A bit to the fresh. Are you going to be walk over to the spot? Okay, then. It's like you head in stretch. This is how we do it. Take control. I'm looking down on you. Oh, that's right. Move this, yeah. Yeah, you can do this. I'm the new try. Grab you. Sir, you. Choose decent. So, you. It's pretty good on the show you do be back on this. And probably. Let's see. Let me use that and leave this program right here. You. A little more tonight. I should probably so. Could be sense you real free. Love this too. In tonight. Do this. Now the no juice. Brain you. Should to muscle back. Should be very dead. Hey, there we go. And we got the map, which apparently is also new. We were able to drive off the invading monsters somehow. We all breathe a sigh of relief as we leave.
これでわらわの領域はしばし安泰か。だが元を絶たねば事態は好転せぬ。お主と行動を共にして原因を探るとしようぞ。
Our land should be peaceful for now, but it will not remain so until the cause is removed. This must be investigated. Yeah, it'll be encouraging to have your help. She's worried about her home in the mountains, but this win can give her at least a little peace of mind. More importantly, we were able to secure a central place to fight back against the invading monsters. If we report this to the Elves, they should take down the barrier around their forest. Let's go back to Ratia Mail right away. Anything here before we do that? No? Okay, off we go.